Hey guys, hello everyone. My name is Tahan Singh and welcome back to a new video. This time it's not a very long time after which I'm recording a video. And yeah, today's topic is a positive case for nepotism. And I just wanted to actually speak about this topic because we all have got nepotism wrong and we all kind of do not actually appreciate nepotism enough. So, uh, let's just start with what actually we categorize into nepotism. We usually categorize actors, uh, children of famous actors getting into the film industry as nepotism. We categorize family businesses as a category of nepotism. We also categorize uh, entrepreneurs' children getting into entrepreneurship and finance guys' children getting into finance. So all of this that is kind of associated to generational legacy of a family is categorized into nepotism and is termed as nepotism and is uh, lately being seen as something bad in society. So let's just start with nepotism in our own life, right? So if you're having this phone and you're able to kind of listen to this video, understand English, then you are also a product of nepotism. This is not the argument I want to give in this video. I'll draw a positive case for nepotism, but I'm just telling nepotism is there in our daily life. And it's not only there among the celebrities and among the rich guys. So, and any property that you inherit from your family, that's also a part of nepotism. If your family has a house and you inherit that house from them, so that is also a part of nepotism. So ideally, if you look at nepotism, it is basically inheritance. Anything you inherit from your family, be it the values, the education, or the property or the occupation or the connections, anything that you inherit from your family is nepotism. So now let's kind of jump into the positive case for nepotism, how nepotism creates the foundation of a fair and just world. So what actually happens in nepotism is, right, you inherit something from your family. Now, for example, you inherit property from your family. When you inherit property from your family, you have this asset that is earning money, and using that asset, on that asset as collateral, you borrow debt. So more the inheritance, the more debt you borrow. And if you study a little bit of economics, right, debt actually kind of increases the money being circulated in society. And when more money is being circulated in society, that means there are more opportunities to earn money. There is more consumption that is happening. To fulfill that consumption, there will be more businesses that are needed. More businesses meaning more employment. So inheritance basically is the foundation of this whole short-term debt cycle that you have. So the more you inherit, the more debt is being taken in society. More debt is being taken, more consumption is happening, more growth, more jobs. And basically, through jobs and through employment, this money is being redistributed into society, right? Redistributed into the people in society. And this is an important process. This is how the wealth moves from these rich families to the not so well doing families. But apart from this, when a lot of debt accumulates and there's a stagnation of growth, it plateaus, and then there's a mini crash that is followed in a short term debt cycle. In during that duration, this wealth is being redistributed through the markets. So in this entire uh, short term cycle that's happening, short term debt cycle that's happening, basically in that entire duration, wealth is being redistributed first during the growth phase through employment, through new businesses, through more consumption opportunities, and then during the decline phase through the markets. It is being redistributed from the rich to the poor or from the rich to the rich, and in multiple other ways. So basically, if you remove the concept of nepotism and if you remove the concept of inheritance, you are basically removing the concept of those people spending money in society who are not scared to lose. So basically, if you look at a first generation guy who has made money, that person will typically spend less compared to a person who has inherited all the wealth. Reason being, that person has worked hard to earn all of it. So, and that person hasn't spent for most of their life. So for them, uh, spending their spending habits have already been cultivated, and they typically spend less. That has already been cultivated because they have been hustling throughout their life. But for a person who has inherited money, that person is likely to spend higher, and that person is likely to take debt to spend. So basically, inheritance creates the very foundation of taking debt for consumption. And when you have such people who are taking debt for consumption, these people are the one who kind of end up redistributing the money to other levels of the society, to other economic levels in the pyramid. And this happens throughout the short term debt cycle. This is the only thing that happens throughout the short term debt cycle: redistribution of wealth from the people who have inherited it to the people who kind of haven't inherited stuff and need to work their way out. First, it's through the opportunities, jobs, and then it's through the markets. So, the basic idea of this video is to make you realize the fact that if today you feel that you haven't actually inherited a lot from your family, first thing, you're not being grateful to your parents. You have inherited a few things. You have inherited the ability to speak and understand English because you're watching this video till now. And if you're able to speak and understand English, then you have basically inherited all the education your parents have given. Second thing, you might most probably have a house as well. So you have inherited the sense of security of having a house. So if you feel that you haven't inherited anything from your parents, you're being ungrateful. That's the first point. The second point is that if you feel others have inherited more than you, because now this is not an ungrateful feeling, this is something practical. A few people have inherited less, a few people have inherited more. If you feel like that, then there's just one thing separating both of you, separating the people above you, and that is you working. So you need to just do two things. You need to first find a stable cash flow for your family, for yourself, uh, and that stable cash flow will come from either selling something to someone or doing something for them, easing out their process, providing them a service. Once you figure out this cash flow by hustling and then by kind of just doing anything possible, working day and night. The second thing is, right after figuring out that cash flow, you start understanding the markets. You start understanding how finance works. You start understanding how debt works, how debt could be in your favor. You start understanding where to invest and where to save your money, how to do it, and how not to actually uh, spend money like the people who have inherited their money, because you're not that person. So once you kind of tick these two boxes, right, you will be that person who will kind of be the first generation guy, and your the following generation will be that person who will kind of be the one using your wealth. But there's nothing wrong in that, because you will be fully satisfied in your life by doing this. And if you kind of just tick these two boxes, right, you'll be making money during the entire debt cycle. You'll be making money when people are spending bonkers, taking debt and just spending, taking credit and just spending. You'll also be making money when everything is going down, because you have understood the markets, and you will get into the markets when everything is at the bottom or it's dropping. And then when the markets rise again, you will be the one making money. You will be the one who took advantage of the very fact of nepotism. So be happy that nepotism is there, because nepotism is there. That is the reason why redistribution of wealth is so easy. That is the reason why markets remain free and fair. That is the reason why the economy kind of fills its gap on itself. The only reason why the gap is not being filled at this moment is because people are not working hard, people are not identifying these opportunities, because these opportunities do exist. The economy consists of a free hand that somehow tries to shrink this gap on its own if everyone behaves rationally. Now, the free hand in this case is the people who are inheriting a lot through nepotism, because those people are the one who are going to take bad debt to spend, who are going to have crazy uh, spending habits, and these crazy spending habits will form the foundation of a growing economy with higher opportunities of earning a stable cash flow with more jobs. And once you start making money, you will have money to put into the markets when the debt uh, piles up and everything starts going down, everything starts correcting. You need to wait for one such moment in your life, and everyone's life has one such moment where they can buy good businesses at a reasonable valuation and make a fortune. So yeah, that's it for today's video. It was a motivational video of sort, but yeah, these were a few thoughts that were running in my head, and I hope you liked this video. If you like such videos, then do subscribe to my channel and kind of wait for new videos to come. Bye. See you in the next video.